What's up, fish heads? Tony Baber here. I wanted to take a couple minutes and kind of go over a spotlight of one of the products that I've been using for a few years now from the Rod Glove company. I wanted to kind of talk about how it protects your investment as well as helps you be more organized and more efficient while you're out there on the water. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. A few years back, when I was traveling as a co-angler, I was driving 300-400 miles down the road. I'm throwing my rods in the back of my truck bed and I'm beating them up going down the road. And I thought to myself, I need to do a better job of protecting my investment. You know, I put a lot of my own hard-earned money into those rods and the reels. Why am I not doing a better job protecting them while I'm driving down the road? I came across the Rod Glove company and I was looking around on some of the products that they offer, and I came across the Pro Series rod gloves. These things are great because they're made of neoprene, so you get a little bit of padding and really top of the line protection for your rods, your eyes, your line, everything. So one of the advantages of it is that they do come in multiple colors. So they come in 4 different color selections, and they come in 2 different sizes. So they have everything to cover from 6.5 to 7.5 foot rods, and then they have another size which covers up to those 8-foot flipping rods that some of you guys might like to use. Now the color options is they have the blue piping, red piping, black, and they also have a camo color, kind of a desert camo color selection. I like using the colors to kind of help identify the different techniques and the different styles of what the rods and reels are being used for. So for my blue stuff, I use for like my crankbaits, my spinner baits, those moving kind of baits, swim baits, things like that. And then for the black piping ones, I use for more my flipping stuff. So my soft plastics, my jigs, things like that. Helps me quickly identify it when it's down in my rod locker. I can see that, you know, this is this kind of rod and that kind of rod. It makes me more efficient. So I stick to that when I'm buying these covers. That way I can just stay more organized with all my stuff, but also know that I have top of line protection for the stuff that I have so much money and time invested into. Another thing that I've recently started using is the bait gloves. So these things are great if you've got a bunch of rods piled into a rod locker, or even just while they're on the deck of your boat. They're going to help protect not only the baits, but then they're going to protect the other rod gloves, the carpet on your boat, the carpet in your rod locker, or anything like that. It's going to help you from hooking into it and tearing it up and things like that, and it helps keep them more organized. If any of you have ever thrown an umbrella rig, you understand what the struggle can be like. So having something like this really helps because it's going to help keep that umbrella rig tight and keep those hooks under control, so you're not hooking yourself, you're not hooking your other rods, you're not tearing into line, you're not tearing up your stuff with the baits that you have tied on. Same thing with deep dive crankbaits. You know, you got those treble hooks hanging down. The bait gloves help just protect all that stuff and keep it from hooking into other things or tearing up your equipment. So I started buying these. They come in 3 different sizes. They have a 6-inch, a 9-inch, and a 12-inch. So it'll be big enough to cover a wide array of baits so that you can make sure that you've got the right size to cover what you need to cover and what you want to be able to protect, as far as from hooking into things or hooking into yourself or your gear, or even just to help protect those hooks so you're not dulling them down and ruining how well that they can hook up on stuff. They're really easy to kind of remove. It's just a Velcro strip here, but it's strong enough to stay stuck on there, so if you're driving down the lake or whatever, you don't have to worry about them flying off or losing them in the wind. So that's just a couple of products that I use from the Rod Glove. I hope you guys take a second to kind of look into it, consider using the best protection that you can get for the rods and the equipment that you've put so much of your own hard-earned money into and your own investment. That way you can make it last without having to worry about tearing it up or any of your other gear. Good luck to you guys and good fishing.